Hello, hello, test, test. I think we're back. See how long we last for.
Yeah,
There it goes off. So,
it's that.
no, it's still going.
Okay. I like seeing Youngblood there. He did a ballad from over the I think Green Leaves.
It's still so much. Oh, so yeah, that's cool.
Um, the dude from Ghost was there.
Oh
The
yes, with Papa.
yeah,
Yeah, I've forgotten which one they're on now.
no clue. But
Yeah.
he looked more like Michael Jackson with a skeleton mask than how I like. The last time I saw Ghost live was with their first EP, so they still all look like monks and like a pope.
Right. Yeah.
And I stopped liking them after the EP, so I never seen them. So I was like, oh, the Pope is coming on, walking on stage again, and he was like in a shining silver, like tuxedo like suit and very flamboyant. That's the
So,
Dutch word.
yeah, flamboyant.
Flamboyant. In Dutch
Yeah.
is flamboyant.
Ah. Yeah, sounds more French.
Hmm,
I suppose flamboyant is a French word, isn't it?
probably.
Yeah. Yeah.
I really like the performance of the vocalist of Smashing Pumpkins. He
Oh
also
yes.
played with the guitarist of Rage Against the Machine and
Oh,
the
awesome.
guitarist of, I don't know, do you know the band Extreme?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Yeah, their guitarist also was there. Um, KK Downing from Judas Priest played guitar.
Oh, nice.
Like all these people I name now didn't have their own performance. All just like these
Yeah.
happening band people like on stage playing songs.
Yeah, and they just kind of just jump into, sort of, yeah, play a bit.
Drummer, drummer from Red Hot Chili Peppers, drummer from Blink 182,
Awesome.
drummer from Faith No More.
Yeah.
Yeah, lots of people like Steven Tyler from Aerosmith was amazing.
Yeah.
Who gave one of the best performances of the day was Hailstorm.
Oh, nice. I like Hailstorm.
Yeah, it was really cool. The vocalist from Hailstorm, when her own band was done, they had their own performance, and she was a part of the big groups.
Oh, nice.
So she gave two performances.
Yeah.
Like very powerful. I didn't know the band before this, so it was a very nice surprise for me to see them.
Oh,
Yeah,
cool.
I thought I hated Hailstorm, but I went on tours with someone else because I thought it was some boring melodic death and
Oh,
with not such impressive vocals as Hailstorm has. So I was really surprised.
She's
nice.
a really good vocalist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen them live a couple of times at least now.
Nice.
Hmm.
Then what else was there?
You
A
know,
lot of people.
yeah, I'm definitely going to try and find a copy of it somewhere.
Metallica were great.
Yeah.
What was nice for me, mostly nice about both Metallica and Guns N' Roses was that those two bands were the two bands there at the festival that for at least 30, 40 years haven't played a festival slot that's not the main act.
Yeah.
You know, they haven't been a support act since the late 80s.
No. No.
They've always been like giants, you know, the main selling point of the festival if they're there. And they really behaved like they were supporting acts. Like you would expect a band like Guns N' Roses or Metallica to be like, we are Guns N' Roses.
Yeah.
We come for ourselves, you know. We are gods, you know. They basically are every day. If you,
Yeah.
you know, which would be like roll over the crowd, you know. How a band always comes up with lights out and jump on fire and shit, and they just both these bands just walked on,
Hmm.
being fans of Black Sabbath,
Yeah.
picked up some instruments and started to play Black Sabbath covers.
Nice.
Just out of like being wanting to honor their own like heroes. While I think on paper, if there was be like a regular like a festival where Metallica would play and Black Sabbath, I think at this moment on paper Metallica is the bigger band. It's way more mainstream.
Yeah.
But yeah, on Saturday they didn't act like it at all. Neither did Guns N' Roses, who are known to be divas. But
Yeah.
on Sunday it was only respect for the for Black
Hmm.
Sabbath.
That's pretty cool. Because yeah, I know historically, yeah, Guns N' Roses are the biggest divas out there. So it's nice to, okay, they take a step back and go, this is not about us.
No, it wasn't. They even like most of the bands they played some hit songs.
Yeah.
But mostly like Metallica didn't play Nothing Else Matters. Guns N' Roses didn't play Sweet Child of Mine or Knock on Heaven's Door, but just Black Sabbath, their own favorite Black Sabbath covers, 2 songs from their own, like End of Leave.
That's quite refreshing.
Slayer was fun, Anthrax was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Scott Ian from Anthrax also played in the supergroups.
Yeah.
Jason Momoa from Aquaman was the
Yeah.
host.
I've not seen anything of him being a host, but I've seen a clip of him during Pantera where he just jumps in the mosh pit.
Yeah, he hosted like the whole thing, and then when Pantera came on, he joined the pit and he went crowd surfing.
Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah, every band was announced by him with a little bit of backstory.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
But only one part of the whole concert I didn't like, and that's that the drummer of Blink-182 is married to one of the Kardashians.
Yeah.
And that one Kardashian lady at least needed her 5 seconds on the camera.
Oh.
She probably doesn't even like the music, but she was there in a leather jacket, like waving, like, look, everyone, I'm a Kardashian.
Yeah. You think all these big musicians that are taking a step back, and then she still can't.
Yeah, she feel like if it was up to her, she probably would have had more screen time, but I didn't. Like, it was on her for a couple of seconds, and then he's like, look, it's me, and like, showing off her child and shit. So it's like, it's not about you. But
No.
most people think it's always about them.
True.
I mean, it's not even that it wasn't that she wasn't really like, behaving badly, but just the fact it was her, it irritated me that I knew why she wanted to be on the screen.
Yeah.
It's horrible people.
Hmm.
I don't even believe she's a Blink-182 fan. She just likes to be with a celebrity with money.
Yeah. I can believe that.
Yeah.
Someone that can like make it possible to continue the lifestyle her parents gave her.
Yeah.
Also, didn't she date Travis Scott before him?
That's the other one.
Yeah. So all Kardashians have a favorite Travis.
Yeah.
The most embarrassing ex-husband is for Kim.
Yes. No, but sort of at least on Kim's behalf, they're sort of his next husband.
Yeah, I mean, it's just insane. But yeah, I could have done without at least the 5 seconds of fame for the Kardashians.
Yeah, yeah. It's there to celebrate talent. We don't need them there.
No.
Say I'll try and find a recording somewhere and give it a watch. So yeah, it does sound epic. And Nix, we looked at your house. It's very cool. Of course, when I opened up the server, I was immediately spawned back where I left myself, and just suddenly there's a house there.
Also, Phil also know from Pantera, I managed to do a whole concert without doing Nazi things.
No, good for him.
Yeah.
Give him-
Doesn't happen much.
No, no, he might have been told, or it might have just been on good behaviour anyway.
I mean, it was very obvious. Everyone was just very honored to be there.
Yeah,
So I think even he was like, I'm with Ozzy Osbourne, so I need to just bring respect and nothing else.
yeah,
You could clearly see like everyone on that stage was having fun and they were being fans instead of being the rock stars they are.
yeah,
They all really had a good time. Even Axl Rose. He
yeah,
smiled a couple of times, which is really rare.
yeah.
He doesn't do that much.
No. It was Axl Rose that caused the riots at the Download Festival in 2006.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, he stormed off the stage halfway through their headline set, and then there were riots and people starting fires.
Yeah, he does that.
Yeah.
And he caused another riot once, and probably more
Hmm.
when you think about it. In America, I remember they were doing like a co-headline show with Metallica, and this was the incident James Hetfield caught on fire.
Right.
So it was like he threw something in from Metallica, and he had to go to hospital, so Metallica was cancelled.
Right.
So Guns N' Roses was told, like, Metallica can't play. We would like you to play a little bit earlier because people are expecting a show,
Yeah.
which offended him, which made Guns N' Roses not play at all.
Oh.
Which meant people paid probably a big price for a stadium show of Metallica Guns N' Roses, and got 3 Metallica songs instead of Guns N' Roses,
Hmm.
which ended up the whole stadium being destroyed.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Now, I've read things with Guns N' Roses of like being like 2 or 3 hours late and stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think that's what didn't help at a Download Festival, that they were already late anyway. And then only giving half a set. Yeah, it's people weren't happy.
No.
So it's good that Axel was on good behaviour.
What also makes like every single artist, whoever they are, makes me respect them is the fact that none of them got paid for it.
Oh, yeah,
All of them did it out of charity, and because all the money was going to a children's hospital,
yes,
which wasn't fun for me because between bands they showed footage of the hospital, so I went out to smoke every time because it wasn't fun.
no, I understand what they're trying to do, but sometimes you just don't want to feel that, be guilted into it. But you get it, like in the UK we have Children in Need night, and it's to raise money for children's hospitals. And yeah, you just have like a load of like funny things and comedy, and then it'll cut away and then show like children in need of surgery, otherwise they'll die. Please give us money, and then here's a little bit of comedy for you to lighten up.
Yeah, I know it's necessary.
Yeah. And they do good work, but it's... Yeah, I don't like being guilted into giving money.
No, like, if I remember correctly, this wasn't even to like heal children.
Hmm.
It was about what is it? Some kind of like terminally ill ones. They were gonna get like
Yeah.
as much comfort in any day they have left and fun they have left in their life and to
Yeah.
support parents, which is a great cause, but it's depressed me a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, that's understandable.
concert was fun.
Yeah. That's the main thing.
Speaking about being aggressive with no streaming, I heard that the people that manage the stream, so this wasn't even about management for Osborne being bitches, but literally the company that did the streaming
Right.
was the one that was very aggressive about it, that there were some pubs in the UK that wanted to show, or just like show it in the pub.
Oh yes, yeah.
They like actively sent like police to shut it down.
Oh wow.
Like let people have a beer and watch the show.
Yeah, like it's. I understand. Yeah, you pay a lot of money for rights and stuff, and but yeah, it's not needed.
No, they wanted everyone to, every person to pay a single ticket. That if they knew Lisa was watching with me while I was the only one paying, it probably would have raided the house. It's like insane how aggressive they were with it.
Yeah. Just imagine coming through the roof and dropping through the door, and
I mean, which makes it extra weird when you think about it was all for charity. It wasn't for
Yeah.
profit.
no,
But the streaming companies, what called Kismet or something?
right.
I don't know. It was really just a company that that streams bigger concerts that like really is like the network behind it.
Right, okay.
Nice one. They made a profit. So like Sabbath decided all our profits are going to the children, but among the costs probably the streaming services wanted to be paid.
Yeah, yeah.
And they're probably gonna make quite some money every time someone bought a stream.
Yeah. Yeah, if it's not costing them much to actually stream to each person, then that's all profit.
Yeah. I mean, I had to pay 30 euro service costs. I mean, that's all going in the pocket of the streaming service.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, no, there's costs involved in streaming, but certainly nowhere near what they charge you for it. I know, yeah,
how do you do?
and that's some of that money would be obviously going towards charity, you'd hope.
Yeah. I think quite a lot because the concert itself was very expensive. They said merchandising money also would go to this charity. And there were more than 6 million people watching live.
Wow. Yeah.
And that's excluding people that just bought it to see the fort when they, like, let's say people living in Japan or America.
Yeah.
But I could see, like, at that point, there were 6 million viewers.
Wow. Yeah.
It even had, like, a Twitch chat next to it. You could, like read. It was just
Oh.
unreadable.
Yeah.
Flow, like, I made it full screen so that to see the chat, but even if
Yeah.
I wanted, it was not readable.
No.
You could even turn your webcam on and then like below it, if it wasn't full screen, like it constantly switched the webcam to the people that had it on, so constantly new people, and maybe you would be seen for 3 seconds.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't do that.
No, that is a bit odd. 'Cause surely that's even more bandwidth for the service to deal with.
I was actually surprised because it's the moment I started, it was like, okay, to be able to enjoy this, it was full HD by the way, and they said like to be able to enjoy this you at least need this, which was a bandwidth of 20 MB,
Oh right.
which was not in this day and age isn't much.
No. No.
which
Yeah.
is good because it meant that a lot of people really enjoy it. What was done by them was that the sound died during Alice in Chains.
Oh,
I mean, when you watch a concert, you would probably even prefer to have the video dying, not the sound.
yeah,
It's about music.
yeah,
Luckily, I'm not a giant Alice in Chains fan. I don't hate them, but I'm just like, okay,
yeah.
it's just Alice in Chains.
You would like to hear. You've paid for the live stream. You like to hear it.
I mean, if it was Lamb of God or Slayer,
Oh yeah,
very bad.
yeah.
Very good.
I would have hated to miss either of those two.
But yeah, there probably was some people in the world that are giant Alice in Chains fans that bought a ticket.
Yeah.
And I was not happy.
No. Not to jinx it, but I've been streaming for half an hour now, so hopefully it holds.
Cool.
Yeah, it's odd because I don't know what causes the problems. Because if there's a problem, then it's always a problem. It's not like a problem randomly when you stream for exactly 70 minutes. I've been streaming. It's gone off before when I've been streaming for 20 minutes, so I don't know. But I was talking to my brother at the weekend. He's very knowledgeable on computers. Like, I know a lot of stuff about computers, but he's kind of like the next level up. And he suggested I take my processor out of my computer. Like, take the heatsink off, take the processor out, clean the contact between the heatsink and the processor, and put new paste on there, and then clean the heatsink completely, and then put that back on and see if that helps in case the processor's getting too warm, because it can happen after so many years of using the same processor.
My problem with that is that you see nothing happen. So when the processor says I'm fine, then is it the processor or?
Well, yeah, because my right now my processor's using 60%.
No.
And my graphics card is only using like 20.
Yeah.
So out of everything I'm using right now, I'm mostly using the processor.
But still, it's not overused. So that's what.
No.
I'm saying.
Yeah, it's not like I'm using like 95%. But if it's getting too warm, maybe there's too much heat there, and even though I'm not using too much of the processor, it's probably getting too hot. That's the only thing I can think of now. But there is software you can run that will tell you how hot your processor is. I could run that now and see what it says. Knowing me, just running this software might get it. Don't update it. Use that version, it's fine. What's it using? So I'm using 88 watts of power. Using 1.175 volts. Where is the temperature? It's running at 98 megahertz on the bus and 4.2 megahertz on the core. So it's not being used in a crazy amount. Has it got the temperature on this one? Yeah, it's telling me how much data I'm pushing through it, but it's not telling me the temperature here. There's a button here that says stress CPU. I don't want to kick that right now. Don't want to stress it. Maybe after the stream, but not right now.
Are you building now, next? Now that you finished the Epic Mansion?
Ooh. Ah, here we go. It doesn't give me the temperature of the CPU. Got the temperature of my GPU though. That is currently, my graphics card is currently running at 38 degrees Celsius, which is it's quite cold for a processor.
Right.
So definitely the graphics card is basically not doing anything. The fans on the GPU are running at 1000 RPM, so that's probably why it's doing quite well. Yeah, I have to find out what the software is. That tells me how hot my processor is. And see if it's getting too hot. Because the only thing I've not really looked at is what the temperature is. And especially the weather at the moment being warm generally. Might just be a bad time of the year. But it's still holding. It's doing well. Maybe if it's cooling down now at this time of the day.
Dumb question, but did you Google?
I did, and there's not many answers for PC randomly switches off. Because it's there's too many variables. You kind of have to narrow it down a bit more.
What also makes it like to me that I'm feeling that, as someone that has no knowledge about it, right? But just like a gut feeling, that doesn't make it hardware related is that your games do not crash.
Yeah.
It's just this one program. I mean, if your processor is dying or the graphics card will be, let's say, your games would at least jitter a lot
Yeah.
before something happens. But that doesn't, right?
No jittery. It's just like playing fine, smooth, and then that's it. As if you've just switched the plug on the computer, and then it just boots up again. Which to me sounds like a safety switch inside.
Your whole PC dies.
Yeah, whole thing dies. It's just as if someone's pulled the cable out the back.
But you didn't leave the chat and all this Minecraft just now.
No, so it's like Minecraft was fine when OBS crashed. Like OBS just closed, which is something completely. Yeah.
Your PC now I don't understand. Does your PC go out completely?
When I'm playing games, but when I'm streaming, it just closes OBS.
Okay, that's the part I think is weird.
Yeah. It's I can understand, yeah, doing the same thing, but like OBS it's taking a little bit of power up. I'm on like 80% 80% of my CPU, at most. So what I'm doing right now is using a lot of my CPU and nothing else in the computer. Like, the memory's not really doing much, graphics card's not doing much, hard disk isn't doing much. But what is working is the CPU.
Yeah.
And playing certain games, the CPU gets used a lot, and that's when the power goes. So it's kind of pointing towards that. I could understand if the graphics card was like shooting up and then it cuts off, but you know, it's the way my brother explained it to me is like with my old graphics card, it was kind of like the right kind of power level. Like, I think the graphics card's working at one speed and the CPU is working at roughly the same kind of speed. So they're talking to each other and they're passing things back and forth. And one is not working much more than the other. And it's kind of fine. But now I've got maybe because I've got a bigger, more powerful graphics card, the graphics card is kind of like working so fast that the CPU has to keep giving it more work to do. Rather than bottlenecking, yeah. So whereas before, the CPU could had to wait for the graphics card to finish before it had to give it something else, and CPU had to rest for a moment. But now it's like CPU's being asked for more and more data. It doesn't get a break because the graphics card's finished doing what it needs to do before the CPU's even had a chance to look at the next thing. So it's not a problem in such, but maybe before it was just working slowly and it was quite happy doing that, but now it has to actually work at full speed. It's having problems. Which
I understand. Still, the big question for me remains: why OBS?
yeah, what's unstable about OBS? That it just closes the program. Nothing else closed. I lost Unity on Friday. Unity closed and OBS closed. But maybe because they're two. Anything I think of, they're like graphical programs. They do like video rendering.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that's. Maybe like the graphics card is kicking into gear and it's making the processor have to speed up. Whereas everything else doesn't ask for much and just carries on. But it's weird. It's as you say, it doesn't make a lot of sense. I don't know. It's not an easy thing to go, oh yeah, it's just that. That's the reason. It's baffling for someone who kind of works with computers every day not to know what's going on with your own computer. But what you can do is tick off everything you can think of and test it. So I'm going to do that with the processor. I'll take the heatsink and the fan off. I'll clean those. I'll clean the paste off, and I'll put new paste on. Cause I did that with Nix's computer, haven't I? We did all that cleaning before we set that one up.
Yeah, mine because we had set up the heatsink of the processor anyway.
Yeah. So if you're taking it off, you might as well clean it. But hopefully that's give it a bit more life, because that paste will only last about 10 years at most. And I think I've had the paste on this computer for 12 years. So if you think of it like a car that needs a service, this computer probably needs a service now.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm going with. If it doesn't work, we'll try something else. And you keep trying. But until then, I can't play any stressful games. Well, stressful for the computer, because it makes me stressful as well. Let's make sure we've got the right amount of blocks here. No, I think I need to go down one. We've got a weird thing at work. It's talking about not working out what's going wrong with the computer. We have two people in my office. I've recently like set up laptops for, like they're old laptops, but I've like wiped them and put Windows back on there and installed all the business software. But neither of them can print Microsoft Excel spreadsheets. And it's very weird. Like they can print Word documents, they can print like PDFs, they can print anything else. They can't print Excel.
Oh.
Which is very weird. And it's not like the Excel itself, because they can email the spreadsheet to somebody else and they can print it. And they can open up a brand new file in Excel, type in hello and hit print. It will not print. It's very weird. It's just the last two people I installed Excel doesn't work. And it is the same Excel that I've always installed.
They're not blaming you.
No, thankfully. All they're doing is asking other people to print their Excels at the moment. Yeah, it's just weird. Yeah, why? Like, I've even looked on Microsoft forums, and they're like, I don't know, delete Excel, try again. But that's just a weird one, because it's the printer works, that they can print normally. They just can't print from Excel. It's very weird.
Very weird.
Yeah. Just don't understand that either. But it keeps me in a job. If I have to work these things out, I have to get paid to do it.
No.
So I can't complain. It's just frustrating and go, well, there's no fix.
New laptops.
Yeah, well the thing is, the one of them is only like a year-old laptop. And it was working before I took Windows off. That's the silly thing, it was working fine, and I took Windows off it and put it back on because he was having problems with every so often when you switch the laptop on, it would show you the picture where you log in, but it would not show the box where you type your password in. So you'd have to like turn the laptop off and then turn it back on, and then it will show you the box, you can type in the password. So I thought, okay, I'll take Windows off, I'll put Windows back on, I install Microsoft Office, and then since doing that, it can't print from Excel. But it's a reasonably good laptop. There's no reason for that not to work, but I think I want to buy him a new laptop. Well, not me personally. I want the company to buy him a new laptop.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah. Because you can't plug too many things into the USB because one of the things stops working. So if one of the USBs stop working, and you have to choose what you don't want to use, unplug that, and then all the other USBs start working again. So that is weird.
Yeah, it sounds like a faulty laptop.
Yeah. But he only works in the office 2 days a week. He's like a salesman. He goes on the road. He goes to see customers. So it's working for now until we can say to the company, well, we need to spend like another few £100. Give this man a new laptop. Thankfully my laptop's fine now.
hands-on with a computer like others?
Not in my current job, no.
You have before.
Yeah, I worked for a like an office store where you can go and buy computers and then paper and printers and. When I worked there, people that would bring their laptops in that they bought from us. I say, well, it needs some work. Can you work on it? And there's usually a few of us who'll take it outside to the back, and we'll have a look and go, what do they have on this laptop? And then just go, okay, there's no weird stuff on this one. We'll just fix it.
But ever found really illegal shit?
Oh no, no illegal stuff.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, like I think if we found something illegal, we would have to report it.
yeah, of course.
But no, we didn't see anything illegal, just some weird stuff. Because as a general rule, if you have to send your kind of electronics off to be fixed, you generally remove stuff you don't want to be seen. But yeah, people don't think about that.
I've never had to send something wrong.
No, I've lucky I've never had to. Or if something is broken, it's because it's like several years old, and it's at that point, there's no point fixing it.
That Glastonbury was a lot in the news because it's a big thing, of course.
Yeah,
You ever been there?
I have not. I would like to go someday, but yeah, it looks a huge festival. Like you see photos from like the air, and yeah, you can get lost very easily, I think.
Yeah, also like very I feel like it's a bit like the let's say the British Coachella or Seagull. You know, it's very
Yeah.
mainstream, very big.
Yes. Yeah. It's very much. Yeah, very much kind of the mainstream, like the big artists and stuff.
Yeah.
And like a lot of the celebrities will go there as well. You see like photos or video clips of celebrities that have been spotted. So you go somewhere like to the Downloads Festival, and the only people you'll spot would be those that are into metal or punk. Which is still cool. Yeah, I would like to go someday just to see what it's like and to experience it. But I wouldn't go for the music. It'd be like, well, if there's bands I enjoy, then I'll go and see those. But like, yeah, it's not something I think I must go there because I want to see these bands. Amazing. A Download Festival, like I've already bought next year's ticket because I know there's going to be enough bands I want to see, and I just enjoy it. Sorry?
I know you always do.
Yeah, always go every year.
Yeah, it's also discounted if you do it before the bands are known, right?
Yeah, yeah. You get the same price as it would be this year, as it was this year. So if you leave it long enough, and when the bands are announced, they put the price up.
Do you notice when a very big one, let's say the year that Metallica played, is announced, like, okay, we have Metallica, that suddenly like the price surges immediately?
I wasn't watching the price, but the price was higher. But they did say it was a 4 day festival rather than 3 day. So they put the price up to say, well, there's 4 days of music. Um, so that's why the price is higher. And then they announced later on that Metallica is playing two of those headline slots.
Yeah, you weren't a fan, right?
No, I like listening to Metallica, but yeah, they weren't their best live at that download. But I've seen them about 3 or 4 times now. So I've enjoyed them sort of a few years ago. But yeah, something about the sound wasn't quite right, and their vibe wasn't. They just seem to lack a bit of energy, which is understandable. They're getting older.
Yeah.
But as I say, I do enjoy listening to Metallica. Like, I'll put their music on. But yeah, it's just something about their performance at Download wasn't quite hitting it.
Yeah, it ever fun when I saw them in Amsterdam.
Yeah.
But that was an earlier, way earlier tour.
Right. Yeah.
It was 2016 album.
Yeah. Hey Carl, how's it going? Good to see you again. Hope you've been well. Yeah, I can't remember the dates I actually saw Metallica. But there's all of them have been at festivals, so I've not seen them like at their own gig.
No, I've never seen them at the festival. Only their own gigs.
Cool. All good here. You? Yeah, doing pretty good. It's been a good start to the week, apart from my OBS crashing early in the stream. But fingers crossed, we're holding for 55 minutes now. So okie dokie. But doing good. Everyone else is good. So we're happy making art in Minecraft. Yeah, sad I couldn't stream on the Friday because just trying to get I couldn't stream for very long on Friday because just OBS was a crash after 5 minutes. But it's holding today, so I'm happy. I went to see Rammstein in Dublin last year. It was my first concert. Oh wow, that's an amazing first concert. Yeah, I've never seen Rammstein by themselves. Again, I've only seen them at Download Festival.
Same, well not download.
Yeah.
Festival.
Ah. It's a bit.
For download.
Ah.
It's a Dutch festival.
Yeah. I was thinking I've not heard of that, but it sounds cool.
It started with a one-day festival.
Right.
It's the place I saw Slayer for the first time.
Hmm.
I think at some point they went to multiple days. Maybe they went back to one day. I don't know. I've been a couple of years in a row and then kind of quit.
Ah, that's fair. Yeah, I think Rammstein are one of those bands where they bring the entertainment no matter where they're performing.
Yeah, it was very fun to see them.
Yeah. No, they did put on a good show the last time I saw them. Like, and they are very much about putting on a good show. They're not just musicians, but good performers.
Yeah, I remember like Till Lindemann looking like some kind of drag queen, BDSM, gods
Yeah.
mix up with a big pink fur coat and like leather tied everywhere and like heavy makeup, with very like pink lips and
Yeah.
like very flamboyant.
Mm.
Flamboyant.
I think
Really cool.
it sounds very similar to what he's wearing at Download. He was
What
a.
year is it?
Oh, I can't remember now. Might have to look it up. 'Cause it's,
I saw him in 2013.
okay.
It could be the same tool if
It
you
could
understand
be.
the same tooling.
Yeah. Could well have been. Downloads festival.
Once you found it, I'm gonna want your computer back.
Okie dokie. Let's have a look. 2003. 13, sorry. 2013. Who was on 2000? Ah, Rammstein were at downloads in 2013.
Yeah, we were at the same website too.
Yeah. Yeah, so I would have seen them that same year.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, it's a good year, 2013. So, find the poster.
Kom je 100 later?
Ja, kom maar aan. You were back.
Okie dokie.
Just read the back of your first.
I'm back.
Yay, welcome back.
I'm leaving.
Yeah.
No, for a little bit, I'll be back.
Okie dokie. Oh, I made them play in 2013 as well.
I have seen Iron Maiden 2013 as well.
Ah, so yeah. Saw both those bands in the same year.
I saw, but they didn't play the festival. I've seen Maiden 2 times in 2013 in a festival on Glass Pop.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Glass Pop, you would read it.
Yeah.
And their stadium concert in Amsterdam.
Nice.
Then they were the headliner for Forta Rock while still doing the same tour because it was still it was longer. They took them longer in a year. They went back to Forta Rock, so I saw them on that tour. I've seen them 3 times.
Yeah.
Then I've seen them twice after that with Lisa again because I saw them a couple of times before that also.
Hmm.
And the last time it was really amazing and great, and which made me decide this is going to be my last time. I mean,
Hmm.
getting older, I can say my last time was good.
Yeah.
Maybe next time won't be. Because that's my father's problem. He went to the Rolling Stones a couple of times too much.
Yeah.
But if he would have quit earlier, his last concert would have been a nice memory. The latest one was like irritation that I couldn't play anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that.
And I don't want that to happen, so I decided it was my last Maiden concert. No, I don't
Yeah.
want anymore now.
True.
Even my favorite member was the drummer. I think a lot of people, then I go don't work, but a lot of people, when they say Iron Maiden, they think about Steve Harris, the owner, and the bass, or
Yeah.
Bruce Dickinson's vocals. But for me, Iron Maiden actually was the drums.
Oh.
So Nico McBrain leavings for me is like the band's dead.
Yeah.
But I'm a very I'll explain after that.
Yeah. Good.
Drums is my main instrument, even though I'm not a drum. But I'll be
Cool. Yeah. Okay. Speak to you soon. Okay. Anyway, just a quick drop in. I'm flying out to USA for work tomorrow, so got to get some sleep. Okie dokie. Yeah. Get some rest. Thank you for dropping in. Hope you have a smooth sailing into the US. I know they're making things a lot harder for people over there at the moment. But yeah. Hope you have a safe trip and hassle free and get some good rest. You won't be on too late tonight. Thanks, man. Have a great rest of your stream. Thank you, dude. Yep, enjoy your evening. Nix, I think you would have liked 2013 download. Quite a good lineup. There's Slipknot, Iron Maiden, Rammstein. There's the headliners. Other bands playing Bullet for My Valentine, Korn, Queens of the Stone Age, Motorhead, 30 Seconds to Mars, Gaslight Anthem, Stone Sour, It's quite cool. Yeah. Corey Taylor playing on the Friday with Slipknot, and then playing with Stone Sour on the Sunday.
Yeah, it sounds like it would have been awesome.
Then you have Blackstone Cherry, Enter Shikari, Limp Bizkit, Jimmy Eat World, Day to Remember, Three Doors Down, Airborne, Ghost, Escape the Fate, Lit, Dragon Force, Europe, Volbeat, Him, The Hives, well, it's a bit blurry to read the rest of it, but yeah, some really good. Motionless and White are in there as well. It's some really good bands. It was a good year, that.
That's Italian.
Oh, what?
It's Italian.
Tire?
Yeah, good year.
Ah. Oh, it was Green Day showed on their set, Bad Year. It's a bad year, blimp. Oh, Sonic Boomsticks were playing then as well. Sonic Boomsticks are cool. But yeah, very good year that was. I enjoyed that. There's been lots of good years at Download. Which year was that? Well, that's the first one you went to. Was that one? 2023. Bring Me the Horizon, Metallica, and Slipknot.
Yeah, that was my first year.
Yeah. Yeah, lots of cool bands playing then. Let's find the first poster. So it's 2005. Yeah. The first Downloads Festival in the collaboration with Ozfest was headlined by Feeder, Black Sabbath, and System of a Down. And supporting those was Garbage, Velvet Revolver, Slipknot, Megadeth, Biffy Clyro, Wednesday 13, Anthrax, Alter Bridge, Bowling for Soup, Nightwish, Killswitch Engage, Papa Roach. And then the other stages was Billy Idol, In Flames, Motorhead, My Chemical Romance, The Used, Lamb of God, Bullet for My Valentine, Meshuggah, Every Time I Die, Apocalyptica, Mastodon, As Are They Dying, Every Time I Die, Lordi, Flogging Molly, Napalm Death, Therapy. There's only 3 stages at that point as well. We had the main Ozfest stage, the Snickers stage, and the Napster stage. That looks like a good year. Didn't go to that one. 2005 was the year just before I started going. Didn't get to see that. And my first one. Which is the poster I've actually got up on my wall. Yeah. It was Tool, Metallica, Guns N' Roses. Yes, bought with Deftones, Film for a Friend, Korn, Trivium, Avenged Sevenfold, Stone Sour, Birth of My Valentine, Cradle of Filth, Lacuna Coil, In Flames, All American Rejects, Alter Bridge, The Prodigy, Billy Talent, Opeth, Alexis on Fire, 100 Reasons, Fight Star, Zebrahead, Skindred, Bring Me the Horizon, there's about as much I can read there. But yeah, still only 3 stages at that point. So you had the main stage, the Snicker stage, and the Gibson MySpace stage. It was a pretty cool first proper festival that I went to. First camping as well. So, lots of fun. Now you get to do it as well.
I enjoy it.
Good. Glad you do. It would like to think I drag you along and just to tolerate it.
Never.
The good thing is,
Enjoy it, I wouldn't go.
that's good. I'm glad to hear that as well.
I ain't about to waste your money on something I'm not liking.
Good. It's even better. Yeah. I know you bought a ticket, but don't want to go. Yeah. As long as you enjoy it, just keep going. Just wondering who's going to play next year. There's a few rumours floating around, but you never know how close they're going to be to being true, and whether the rumours are just started out of the ether or somebody knows something is kind of let on to somebody else. See what are the rumours at the moment? Is it 2026? Yeah, so I've heard that people reckon Linkin Park will play next year, which kind of makes sense. They've been doing a lot of touring. People reckon Iron Maiden will come back again. And Ghost. I've seen people mention Ghost a few times.
Yeah, I really do wonder where people get this from.
Yeah. Now, whether it's like one person says it and people go, well, that would be cool, and then they mention that, and then people go, oh, I've heard someone mention this. But for the fact it kind of spreads enough that you see it in multiple places, you go, well, has somebody let on as they picked up on something somewhere? Someone's actually asked the Reddit for Download Festival, where are these coming from? Like what are people putting together to get to this? And so I'm seeing a lot of rumours in 2026 consisting of Linkin Park Ghost and My Chemical Romance. I was wondering where are these coming from. I can understand Linkin Park due to the gap in their European tour, but what about Ghost and My Chemical Romance? Is it more hopeful rumours I've caught on, or is there any evidence that they could be playing? Someone said My Chemical Romance is pure manifestation. There's no solid evidence that they could be playing. It seems comically unlikely that after how well their US stadium tour sold, that they wouldn't do a UK tour. The fact that they haven't announced anything often indicates they're negotiating for festivals. Only suitable festivals from the UK are Download or Reading and Leeds. So people say My Chemical Romance because they've gone quiet, and that usually means they're trying to work out festival. So it's their own gigs, they can pretty much go straight into it, but festivals there's a bit of negotiation. So that's kind of like a solid for My Chemical Romance. I've seen them briefly before. At least I can't remember if I've seen more of them. They were at Downloaded one year. Someone says purely fan speculation, based on bands having gaps in their current tours around June, and people have done maths to try and put 2 and 2 together to get 5. My Chemical Romance and Rammstein get rumoured every year by fans despite them desperate for them to play, clutching at things like being anniversary albums and whatnot. Ghost is one of the bands that has a gap in their tour in June. Ghost is supposed to supposedly asked to headline this year, but were touring so couldn't. So that's why people are thinking Ghost, because they were supposed to play and they haven't got any dates booked in June next year. People leaning towards Iron Maiden and Parkway Drive. Linkin Park have a gap in their tour. Ghost turned down to tour this year, so probably get it next year. It's Iron Maiden's 50th anniversary, so you'd think maybe for their 50th they will tour, they will do Downloads. Someone said rumours about Blink 182 potentially be available. People are making some good points that so that's probably where a lot of these rumours come from. Is go, well, okay, they're looking at who's active at the moment. What's their tour schedule like? And go, well, yeah, if they we're going to play, they've got a good opportunity to play.
Yeah.
But I'd quite like for Lincoln Park to be there next year. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I really want to play. I want to see Slipknot again.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
they were pretty much the only headline I've seen that has made me go, wait, how are they done already? It feels like they've only been on for 10 minutes.
Yeah, so enjoyed them so much it just went too quickly.
Yeah.
But yeah, they will be playing again. Like they all, especially Corey Taylor, he loves Download. Even if Slipknot aren't going to be there, he'd either be there with Stone Sour or by himself. But hopefully with Slipknot again. Because every time I've seen Slipknot, it's just been spot on. Even with Corey Taylor supposedly having a cold.
Well, it wasn't a cold. 23, it was literally the dust was just
Oh, yeah.
fucking him up.
And yet he always sings perfectly.
Yeah. Pretty amazing.
Oh yeah, people are rumoring. Sort of, there's been rumours about Muse playing. I don't know where Muse comes from, to be honest. Yeah, I've heard people mention Muse. Muse are pretty cool. Yeah, if Slipknot ever do that their own gig in the UK, I'll definitely be trying to get tickets.
Yes, please.
Yeah, I'd love to see them in their own gig. Like if that's how good they are at a festival, I think it'd be amazing if they got the opportunity to do their own gig. So if there's any particular bands you could see, who would you like to see headlining Download? Paramore? That'd be an awesome headline. Even though they weren't headlining, like if they played second stage, which I think they're too big for second stage, to be honest. But
Yeah, they're far too big for second stage. I was just like, so last year there was actually a slight chance that they could have played,
oh,
but they were on tour with
right.
Taylor Swift with the Eras tour,
Ah,
but they were in the UK
oh,
in June,
yeah.
and I was like, oh, maybe, but no.
No. That would have been awesome.
I've just lit up my my mansion a little bit more, which, yeah, that looks better. It's so cool.
I shall come and have a look shortly. I shall do it now. Teleport 6. Whee! Ooh. Oh. That is awesome. Yeah, especially there's little lanterns just hanging off it.
Yeah.
Alright,
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
the Manchies. That's Nick's adventure.
Yeah. So cool.
Can I turn the day on?
Sorry, I don't.
Yeah.
So if you come with me, Paul,
To a world of pure imagination.
this is what I'm building at the moment.
Oh. Nice.
I'm on level 18 of
Hmm?
59.
59.
Yep, level 18 of 59.
Cool.
Gonna be a big tower or something.
Yeah, it's a gatehouse.
It's looking very Arc de Triomphe at the moment. Which I suppose is kind of a gatehouse anyway.
Ever been there?
When I was younger, yeah.
Not so.
With the school. I'd like to go again as an adult.
I've been there when I was in elementary school. I was with school at that age.
Okay.
With my parents.
Nice.
Saw the Eiffel Tower. Same summer that I went to England for the first time.
Ah.
My father wanted to show me all the European cities.
Yeah.
We went to next summer. I think we went to Brussels and Berlin.
Cool.
But my personal faves were London and Berlin. I didn't care for Brussels and France. Paris was more fun for adults.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. Like, I like to go back as an adult. Like as a child, it's like it's kind of cool, but not as exciting because you couldn't do what you wanted to do. You had to like follow the teacher, and yeah, it's always like okay, just take a stop, look at the Eiffel Tower, move on.
Yeah, for me when I like that one summer, I remember Paris being really like with fashion shopping. It was good for.
Yeah.
I didn't care for that as a child.
No.
And with London, because I always liked music collecting also as a child. A lot of record stores
Yeah.
I could buy. But back then was, as a child I followed my father. I had to find like Rolling Stones merchandise. This was around the time I started my model building, and we went to Harrods.
Oh yes.
And Harrods said a lot of things for the model building.
Cool.
Harrods says a lot of things for everything. I think.
Yeah.
That's the main thing.
Yeah. It's a big store.
Yeah, very big.
Yeah. But I like central London. There's a lot of cool stuff to see. So I do like occasionally going there, but it's can be very busy and a lot of hassle. But I suppose the same with any big city. You don't really want to have to go into a big city unless you have to. Nix and I were just talking about who could possibly headline Download Festival next year.
I don't know.
We've seen like I've looked up like Reddit the Reddit discussions, and so it mirrors what people say on Facebook. So, but I take Reddit as more thinking about it as opposed to just people on Facebook posting stuff.
I
Um,
feel like people on Facebook just post who they want to see, and that Reddit actually has some insights
yeah,
with speculation.
yeah, because they're actually talking about it on Reddit, or they were talking about it when, like 2 weeks ago. And they're kind of giving reasons behind it, like okay, what kind of sources are used for these headlines. But they're saying Ghost was supposed to play this year, but couldn't. So they think because of that, and they've got a gap in their lineup that they could play next year.
It's so funny to me that Ghost is huge now, you know.
Yeah.
And I've seen them as open up or in a venue as big as a pub.
Okay.
Opened up for a metalcore band that is completely unknown.
Oh.
This was around the time when they just released their first EP. No one knew about them. And
Ah.
I bought a tour shirt of the first tour from 2011,
Yeah.
I think, maybe 2010. And I've seen it go for a couple of hundreds on eBay now.
Oh wow. Yeah, I think I'm not sure if I've been to downloads when they've been playing, but there's always been someone else playing. So I've never actually seen Ghost properly.
And it wasn't that. It really just felt like quite generic.
Yeah. It.
Doom metal back then.
Yeah.
It's so different now compared to some generic doom metal that weren't really received well. That weren't like booed off the stage, but people were just ignoring it and waiting for the main bands. It was
Yeah.
literally a Ghost, unknown metalcore band, then Trivium, then In Flames main act.
Oh wow.
They were literally like at the bottom of all now. I don't think that they would ever be below a band like In Flames anymore.
Oh no, no. Yeah, because In Flames have never been too high up the downloads listing. Like they've always been like main stage, but they've never been like close to headlining. Whereas yeah, the people are saying that Ghost could headline next year because they wanted to headline this year, but their tour schedule didn't line up. People are saying it's Iron Maiden 50th anniversary next year. So because of that, the Iron Maiden could. Hmm?
This year they become 50.
Ah, okay. So, yeah, so it would have made sense this year then. But they're saying, yeah, for the 50th anniversary, Maiden could play next year.
They have a busy schedule.
Yeah. So Linkin Park are on tour and there's a gap during the Download Festival. So saying, well, because they're touring at the same time and there's no dates around downloads, that there could be a reason why there's a gap there. Yeah. So My Chemical Romance, so there's a same sort of thing. They're touring, but there's a gap during downloads.
And they don't have to headline all these events.
Oh no. Because My Chemical Romance have played download a few times now. But yeah, never at the top. Usually like second stage. People are saying like Deftones or Muse. No, I don't mind Deftones, but I wouldn't go and see them.
I do mind that.
Okay.
I never minded them until certain people, you probably know who,
Okay.
spam requested it on my
Right. Yeah.
thing, and I already wasn't a fan. I know I didn't mind it like you said, but I didn't really care for listening to Deftones all day,
No.
and it was just on repeat.
Yeah. That they sound okay, but they're just a bit too depressive for me.
Yeah, exactly that's for me. Yeah, this very depressive sound. Like I don't mind darker music, but more like in a horror or gothic setting. I don't really like being forced to feel sad.
Yeah.
To me, it's just very whiny, and also
Yeah.
the fans ruined it.
Right.
The fans feel very special for listening to Deftones, and it's just you just press play on your phone
Yeah.
or you put in a CD. It's nothing special, you know.
No. I wouldn't. I might, if I'm nearby, I might stop and listen if like one of the tracks I know. But yeah, I couldn't listen to a whole set of Deftones. I know people who absolutely love them, and so I just don't understand them. But they, so apparently Blink 182 might, people reckon they would be at Download. I don't think they're headline though. They wouldn't headline. I can't imagine Blink headlining Download. They might be on the Avalanche stage with all the other punk bands. Muse has headlined Download before, so might be cool for them to come back. But
What
that,
would you hope?
I definitely hope for Linkin Park, because I've always been a fan of Linkin Park. Even in their current state, I would like to see them. Not too fussed about Ghost. Don't really care too much about My Chemical Romance again. Blink 182 be fun to see, but I said they're going to be on the Avalanche stage with the punk bands. And people saying Parkway Drive could headline.
I used to hate Parkway Drive.
Yeah.
Then they made a new song and it's insane.
I like some Parkway Drive songs, and I've seen them live, but I can't imagine them headlining.
No.
No, I don't think they'll have one.
But last time I saw them, they were playing like halfway through the day.
He's not gonna be following Eddie first.
No.
But he isn't allowed in the UK.
No. Yeah, he's fully banned, isn't he? So,
Yeah, because he's been in prison because of a fight he was in quite young. They still don't want to give him a visa.
yeah.
Which I think is insanely weird because literally Ronnie shared other like criminals or people with criminal past that were allowed in, so it's just a statement.
Yeah. Yeah, I know sort of it's usually these kind of things are to make a point. They're never really following the legal process. It's like, well, we're going to refuse your entry and we're going to do it to make a point about it, not because it's the rule.
You can show we're still powerful politicians that can kick out anyone you want.
Yeah. It's all
Yeah,
political. But that's what many people are kind of mentioning as rumours. Is they My Chemical Romance, Linkin Park, Ghost, Iron Maiden, Parkway Drive, Blink 182.
Parkway Drive is not a headlining band. That's just a Parkway Drive fan being very,
Yeah, we've been hopeful.
very hopeful. I'm really like Parkway Drive was on my do not request list. I've started to enjoy them a lot later, like last couple of months.
Oh, good.
Maybe like last month even. Can't
Yeah.
remember when they released the song and I kind of grew into it.
Hmm.
But they're not a Iron Maiden or like you said Muse. I'm not even a Muse fan, but I recognize it as big, you know.
Hmm.
I don't hate them.
No, they were. But I saw them at Download last time. They were like amazing to see live.
I believe so.
There's one album of Muse I absolutely love, but I'm not familiar with their other works.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not familiar with all of their albums, but they're basically their hits, and there's a lot of hits I know of theirs.
I think most of their hits are on the album I like with
Ah.
Absolution.
Yes.
But,
Yeah, I mostly know that one.
Running out, of course.
Yeah.
Like a stereo.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Super quiet.
And I stopped there for the moment.
Hmm. I would like to see the Apollo G headline again. Download, especially how good the show was at Glastonbury. And they are touring next year,
Cool.
and they're already lining up festivals. So possible, you never know.
Yeah, they're all kind of fast band, huh?
Yeah.
Always fun to see them.
Oh yeah, they always good energy. But I said the last two times I've seen their live sets, it's been the same set song for song. So that's why I didn't buy tickets for the tour next year because I don't want to see the songs again. As much as I like them, I would like to see a new set, and I can't guarantee it, so I won't bother.
It's the same with me and Iron. Besides the drummer thing and the age thing with Iron Maiden was also this year that people like, yeah, you need to go because they're doing they do that from time to time. A tour with like old stuff, you know, like the best
Yeah.
of 1980, best like they literally they did a tour in 1984.
Right.
They recreate exactly song by song how they toured in 84.
Oh.
A lot of people really enjoyed that about them.
Yeah.
It's just cool. I mean, I like that they're doing that. They're giving like there's 12-year-olds becoming Iron Maiden fans today.
Hmm.
That you know that they can hear those songs, but I've heard them all
Yeah.
already, and I'm not gonna go to another best of tour.
No. No, it's nice, but sort of you want to hear. It's something a little bit more fresh.
Yeah, I mean, the last two times I went was I skipped them in between as well because I did another best of tour, and then they did album tours for new albums.
Right.
I used to have an old friend, the one that stalked me, knew me. He's an Iron Maiden fan as well, but only early work.
Right.
And we finally went to them. Weirdly, I mean, he had enough chances that didn't like up like yearly.
Yeah.
I've been on at least 4 or 5 tours where it was best of.
Yeah.
He never went. Then he went to Germany to see them on the Book of
Album.
Salzburg tour.
Hmm.
And he was like complaining to me, yeah, they didn't play Ace of High and didn't play this. And it's like, yeah, I could have told you. We're never doing an album tour.
Hmm.
You should have come like with me like the last year. I mean, I still
Yeah.
talked to him back then.
Yeah.
In Amsterdam as well. I mean, you could have seen them close to home. No, we went to Germany to stand. Then he complained.
Hmm.
But he never was a smart guy.
Yeah. So I'm hoping the Apology will come out with another album, and I'll definitely get tickets for that album tour. But they teased to say that they should be playing some new music next year, but they've not announced any like albums. So anything new they will be playing will be probably more of a taster kind of tease to go. Well, this is songs we're writing for the new album. It might not be the final song. It might be changed by the time the album comes out.
Yeah, I've seen bands do that, and you get like one snippet of new, and the rest is the hits.
Yeah.
It's the same with Rolling Stones with my father, Iron Maiden with me, you and Prodigy. Like when you're a fan for so long and you've seen them a couple of times, you've heard it all.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen Kiss once. It was fun. I played all the old hits.
Hmm.
Probably some Kiss diehards. But then again, Kiss didn't really release a new album lately, so who cares?
Yeah,
I guess.
yeah. I enjoyed Kiss the one time I saw them at Downloads. Like, great show.
That's awesome.
Hmm.
Kiss is great.
Yeah.
People like to hate on Kiss. Kiss is great.
No, they're good. Uh, if you look at them just for their music, yeah, the music is cool. There's nothing special, but them
Quite
as
generic.
yeah, but then as a show, they put on a very good show.
I mean, Kiss as a like the entity, you know,
Hmm.
everything around it and stuff. That's what makes Kiss cool.
Yes.
It's like, you know, there was a time in the world where you were still already alive. I wanted to stay still alive, but it's weird. But, I'm not a native speaker, right?
Yeah.
And that anything like big rock, arena rock and stuff was
Hmm.
seen as old and boring.
Yeah.
Like in the 90s, this was when Nirvana and Soundgarden and stuff became cool. Like,
Yeah.
those bit dirty looking boys making their own music.
Hmm.
So Kiss, nothing was more lame than Kiss.
Yeah.
And what Kiss did is they tried to make grunge as well. They have like 2 or 3 albums from the 90s where they're literally undercover in ripped jeans and long. Now they have long hair, but like really like unkempt long hair and like ripped jeans and like dirty t-shirts, and they make it they try to sound like Nirvana. And it's horrific.
Hmm.
It doesn't work at all.
No.
Kiss is Kiss. Kiss is not Nirvana.
No.
I don't like Nirvana. You know.
Yeah. Don't mind them, but yeah, they're not a band that I put a lot of time into.
No, it's more I don't the same with that like Nirvana has a lot of to me it's very like the whole story behind the band, like extreme depressions of Kurt Cobain and his like extreme drug abuse is something that I just associate so much with the band that whenever I'm like how do you say like I see you hear Nirvana, all I hear is the depression.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's very sad, you know, with suicide and stuff. I don't really like, you know.
Yeah. That's understandable.
But then again, if you just a random Nirvana song on anywhere, then you know it's not like it's like torture to me or something. You know, it's not.
No.
It's quite it's generic rock. You know, it's grunge, but you know, it's just from
Yeah.
distorted guitar, just a little bit fast, and
Yeah.
easy to like mainstream as well. It's easy.
Yeah. It was like kind of that entry level grunge kind of stuff. It's
Although I'm not the biggest grunge fan anymore.
no. No, it was music for moody teenagers. At
Yeah,
that
well,
particular time.
Nah, and the whole thing with Nirvana is that you literally start foaming at the mouth when you walk into a guitar center, and some like 12-year-olds just starting to play guitar and playing Smells Teen Spirit again.
Yeah.
But same with Seven Nation Army, Smoke on the
True.
Water, and
Yeah.
the intro of Stairway to Heaven.
Yeah.
And that one Red Hot Chili Peppers song.
Yeah. Probably Californication, maybe,
Could be.
or Under the Bridge. I know that one's good. Well, it's mainly for picking that one. You don't really play much on it.
Actually, there's a lot of Red Hot Chili Peppers songs that don't.
Hmm.
I think it's Californication, Can't Stop.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Stop. Just no.
Hmm.
Because they're all played badly by other people.
Yeah.
Look at the guitar solo, they're all playing those songs.
Yeah, it makes it worse if you say they're playing it badly. Even if it's a song you enjoy, it's gonna be painful to hear it being played badly.
I mean, I remember getting into hard rock and metal through my father's old CDs.
Yeah,
He had a couple of Deep Purple CDs, and of course on those CDs was Smoke and Water. I
Yeah.
thought it was a really cool song,
yeah.
but I can't hear it no more, never.
Yeah, that's a shame.
And there are multiple guitar stores where I seen signs who do not play these songs or you're kicked
Yeah.
out.
Yeah. Like it's
Like,
that kind of stuff was referenced in what's the film? It's from the name of the film now. Yeah, it's you have to Google it now. But yeah, it's there's a scene in the film where it's they literally walk into a guitar shop and start playing, and the guy who owns the shop points to the sign. He said, "No, don't play."
no, we don't do that here.
Yeah. Wayne's World, that was the movie.
Oh, yeah. Of course.
Yeah. Yeah, no stairway denied.
Yeah, I mean, I'm already irritated when I'm there for like half an hour.
Yeah. Yeah.
Imagine working there and it's just nothing but smoke and water and Seven Nation Army.
Yeah. Especially if you play guitar yourself. You go, well, if you're going to play it, at least play it well, and I've heard it like 10 times already. Stop playing it.
Yeah.
There's a song by Pendulum that has a very similar sound to Smoke on the Water.
Alright.
When you're listening to it, you go, oh, they're just like, it sounds like two notes different from Smoke on the Water. What was their song? It was let's look at those Pendulum songs. There's so many songs now, which is pretty cool. But let's look at it.
I wouldn't know, I'm not very knowledgeable
Oh.
about.
Yeah, just seen a post on Reddit. Someone saying they're overrated. They stole from Smoke on the Water. Can't really say they stole from it. They might be inspired, but they didn't steal the riff.
Do you know the rap rock emo group Hollywood Undead?
Yes, yeah, I like some of their songs.
The song Undead is literally the same as Crazy Train from Ozar's One.
Oh,
Literally listen to the opening riff of Crazy Train and then to Undead.
Okay.
It's not like sample. It's literally just
Yeah.
played on a like a synthesizer or something.
Yeah. Yeah, I suppose all. Yeah, they take inspiration from that kind of stuff, or they like the riff and they play it off and try and make it as their own.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just been clicked on the Reddit post about this person saying that Pendulum just rips off other bands, and it's just followed by lots of replies telling the guy to get lost. Because it was actually on the Pendulum Reddit itself. Someone's going, yeah, they suck. But it looks like a full troll post because they're going off on it. So they go, yeah, this is very much a troll thing going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can never remember that. If I remember it, I'll have to post it to you as well. So I can hear the song in my head, but I just don't know what it's called.
Anything I know about Pendulum is that they had a song in Motorstorm, which is a game I used to play a lot.
Oh, nice.
That's it.
Huh.
It's the game where I found out about Slipknot actually. They also had a song in the game.
Oh, cool. Oh, might be Propane Nightmares. So we could look, see that one's up. So what was that game you say? Sorry, that's had Slipknot and Pendulum.
The first Motorstorm.
Motorstorm. Okay.
The first one. They had like a couple of. That game is funny to me because I got it for free with my PS3,
Yeah.
and I bought 2 other games with it to be able to play. I got Motorstorm was for free, and I got Resistance Fall of Man. I don't know if you know that.
Okay.
You know Resistance Fall of Man?
I know the name. I've never played it.
It's basically Sony being like, yo, Halo is popular, let's do it as well.
Yeah.
Literally, the jeeps or whatever, like the combat vehicles in Halo and the tanks, they were just like copied,
Okay. Yeah.
fighting alien invasion, but they put it in like a different jacket by being it like, instead of very futuristic, they put it like in the 1950s,
Right. Yeah.
and Earth is invaded by aliens, and you're a soldier and you fight the aliens. And it's a bit more horror-y than Halo, but basically it's almost a copy.
Right.
Put Halo in the 50s, give it a bit of a darker horror vibe, that's Resistance. But it's fun.
Hmm.
I got that one with it and the Elder Scrolls Oblivion, which you probably do know.
Yeah.
And I already knew, like, Oblivion is the one I'm most excited about.
Hmm.
Fall of Man also is cool. Motorstorm, I don't know about that. So I was like, I'm gonna try it in order, like Motorstorm first, then Resistance, then Oblivion, because otherwise I'll only be playing Oblivion.
Yeah.
Expecting to play like 30 minutes of Motorstorm, since then I've been obsessed with the game. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's like this. It's not like a combat vehicle game, but it's very rough racing game. Like you can destroy other cars.
Cool. Yeah, sounds like my kind of game.
Yeah, and it has like everything. Like the first one, the other ones are in other places, but the first one is basically there's like a giant festival in the desert in America
Okay.
where people also race
Yeah.
with whatever they want. So you can use a motorcycle, from motorcycle to like quad buggy up to trucks.
Cool.
And the car, for example, like the racing car is the fastest, but the motorcycle is better with corners. And
Right. Yeah.
truck can't do neither of those, but it's barely invincible, you know.
Yeah.
And I just loved it. I remember the graphics being like photorealistic, like the way the car would go through the mud and stuff, but probably now it's horrific.
Yeah. You always kind of look back and think, oh yeah, it's great graphics, and watching it, this is shit.
It was like when I have the first day of my PS3, I put the CD of that MotorStorm Linux, and I was like, I'm playing a movie. I'm making real life people move by pressing buttons. You know, it's
Yeah.
insane.
Right, I'm gonna call it.
Okay.
I'll speak to you shortly.
Okay. Speak to you shortly.
Night, guys.
Have a good night.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe you can try to find it, and maybe
Yeah.
or something. It's
Yeah. I'll have a
it's
look.
fun, and they've got some later. There's also one in like the Arctic,
Oh yeah.
and there's one in the jungle,
Ah.
and there's one which is like an apocalyptic vibe, like the Earth is being just slowly like dying and earthquakes and shit, and we're still racing.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Of course.
Like cracks with exploding and cracks in the ground.
Yeah.
But the one in the desert is the one I played most because it was my first PC game. I was obsessed with it.
Nice. Oh yeah, I can see. Yeah, it's Motorstorm, Pacific Rift. Yeah, Motorstorm Pacific Rift, then Arctic Edge,
Yeah.
then Apocalypse, then RC.
Oh, the last one I never played.
Yeah, it was released on the Vita.
Oh yeah, that explains. I never bought a Vita.
No.
I thought they were expensive when they came out. And around the time I could afford one, they were already discontinued and not
Yeah.
supported anymore.
Yeah, the Vita didn't last very long at all.
No.
Yeah, my brother bought a Vita, and he had about 5 games by the time they discontinued it.
The Vita was too big. Like, I mean, on medium size, but they wanted too much with it.
Hey, Tap Play, how's it going?
Who?
Tap Play in my chat.
Yeah, I understand it's your chat, but I thought it was when you said later.
I know, no, you. Is this a single player or server? This is a private server. We're just making some art here.
Yeah,
Yeah. Got the wrong generation though. Close. But yeah, this is just a private art server.
There are already too many people here.
Yeah. It's only a small server. But you're welcome to go and share them, watch what we've done here.
You know what I mean.
Yeah.
Mistake. But
Yeah.
I don't mean you.
No.
But yeah, Nordstorm's fun. I could put it in. I could connect my PS3 to my TV and probably be like content with it for a couple of weeks.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll definitely look it up. Sort of, because I reckon I could.
But what Slipknot song was it again?
Yeah, it might be on the. Might have to look up the track listing on the games. Before I forget. Nice.
And Pendulum?
Pendulum, I posted at Propane Nightmares. I posted to the one that I was thinking of.
It was Slam.
Slam, nice. Yeah, I like Slam.
Yeah, me too. I remember my two favorite things in the game were Slipknot and Pendulum.
Yeah.
Those two, and the other, it's more like the soundtrack was really great. Like a lot of like quite rough music, not like very hard metal, but like just music you would expect, like being muddy in the desert, you know, and riding on your motorcycle, kicking people.
Yeah, yeah.
Because
There's-
like yeah, motorcycles and quads could like kick other motorcycle and quad people from the bike or quad.
Gotcha.
And
Yeah.
the motorcycle didn't have a honk because you could honk with the car, and
Right.
you would do your middle finger to cars.
Yeah.
I mean, I was 12. It was amazing.
Hmm. Yeah, there's a game that was on the Sega Mega Drive, which was called Road Rash, and that was just purely bikes. And yeah, you could kick people and you could swing chains around, and that was quite fun.
Are we being threatened?
It does sound like a threat. I'm hoping it's just a friendly warning. It's not try to prove it if what this is known bad people could join and destroy your world with a tracking bot to locate your server. Yeah. So I doubt they could, to be honest, because it's on a private server.
I need to accept anyone coming in. Whitelist is false, by the way. I'm checking my settings.
Yeah.
Game, and even if they do, game mode is on survival. We're the only ones, and
Yeah.
only Moss can do it. But yeah,
Yeah.
Whitelist is on.
Yeah.
I remember I had to let you all in, by the way.
Yeah. It is an invite only, so can't get in without the code.
Years ago. It's some years ago we've been playing this, but
Yeah. But thank you for the advice, though, Tapley.
and again, I always back up anyway.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's a short-term server. Like it's only active while we're active, and
Also that, yeah, we
So,
do
need to have the
be
access.
able to turn it on.
Yeah.
The only way we can do it.
But yeah, if it was a realm, then the realm would be a lot harder to protect.
By the way, no wait, that's dumb to do now because we're online, but
Hmm.
the password is a Dutch word.
Hmm.
But if
Yeah.
you translate it, people could translate that.
True. Yeah. No, it's not something even I could guess.
If not, it's not a swear word. Anyway. I know it's
No.
bad, but this time it was.
No, not this one.
No. It used to be, by the way,
Okay.
I think, but no, it was an old server, of course. The one that got destroyed by
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
think. What you wanted to say?
That's making progress with this art now. I've shrunk it down a little bit.
Nice.
Still gonna take me ages.
Now the time we came back to this and a certain art of mine was
Yeah.
replaced by red flags, I wasn't happy with it.
No. I suppose you know for definite what happened there.
I mean, of course I know. I mean, it
Mm.
wasn't me, it
No.
wasn't Lisa. And you and Nix also said you wouldn't.
No.
I gotta admit, I never really suspected you two because it's someone's. I don't know if it's English, but we say modus operandi.
Okay.
I don't know what it's like that way of doing things.
Right. Okay.
I am curious when follow the first logo was going a bit. Sounds good.
You
Hmm.
know, I'm actually thinking not changing the password and sending you it's a new one.
Oh, yeah. Oh yeah, if you want to kind of eliminate any previous invites.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll so far it's not really
No.
much happening. I'm not in the mood to build no more. I'm gonna look at you I'm making.
Yeah. It's probably not so easy to kind of see it coming together, but if you consider these are cutlasses. So I've got part of the hilts drawn. So ignore the red and the green are marker checks. Everything in black is actually the art.
Doing it on the back of your.
Yes. So for I'll do it on the back of here. The space is already utilised.
I mean, whatever you want to me. The server is not small.
No, but I thought, well, rather than having the reverse of the logo, I'll just
Yeah, I understand.
'cause it's the right kind of size that one I use. So and it is kind of related. Yeah, it's going to be cross cutlasses. And then rather than the skull, there's a flag that they have on stage that they replace the skull with the silhouette of spiky hair.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a unique, like a Keith skull and crossbow.
You're gonna make a Prodigy version of the one.
Yeah, the Prodigy version. But I can't find that image online, which I was looking for last week. I've seen like maybe the only flags that exist are the ones that the Prodigy make themselves and throw out to the crowd.
Like I said, throw it into ChatGPT.
Hmm.
A good picture, say make it so I can make this in Minecraft. It's great.
Yeah. So if I can find it, I might. Well, I found the individual, which is what I'm doing now. Is I found the pirate flag with the cross cutlasses and the skull, and I found the silhouette of the spiky hair, and the flag is basically those two combined. But I can't find the actual image of that to work from. Like not even at high resolution or even like a photograph. But yeah, it's just odd.
There.
But maybe ChatGPT will be able to find it or at least generate it, and then have it pixelated for the Minecraft. Yeah, I might leave it there because there's a lot more calculation. I need to put because I basically got this image on another window with all the green and the red on the image I'm working from, so I can like count spaces and work off it that way. So I just need to fill in the more green and red on the source image to give me more plotting points. So I can do that next time. I should be back on Wednesday. I'll do some Blender stuff. But Minecraft's been fun as always. Enjoyed making art.
Yeah, thanks for the game, so you can make titles for playing Sims. Thanks for the fun of the voice chat.
That's okay. It's always good to chat.
Yes. So I'm gonna finish the tour to just see what all we did.
Yeah,
I'm near your TARDIS.
cool. It's a good spot.
Yeah, I like the TARDIS.
Hmm.
I'm a big fan of Doctor Who fan. Maybe someday, but I've never seen an episode.
No, it's getting harder to kind of enjoy Doctor Who because they keep the story writers keep trying to add like the recent series, they try to add a moral of the story. Like they have a story, and at the end of it, you go, "Oh, and this is why this thing happens," or "This is why we should be nice to each other." So it's got
Like Dora the Explorer.
yeah, like the last Doctor, the female Doctor. Very much every episode was like there's one episode with like an American politician that was dumping waste and polluting the environment, and it made giant spiders. And then the doctors go, well, "This is why you be kind to the environment and you don't dump stuff." And
Me, of course, there's like a good cause is a good cause, but you don't always want. Sometimes you just want entertainment.
yeah, like it.
But
No, it's a little bit obvious because yeah, the American politician was like very over the top. Like you definitely knew he was an American, and he was like, "I don't care. I have money. I am more important than you." And it's like making the character too obvious. And then it's kind of like, well, oh no, I didn't realise my actions would cause this. So it's like, yeah, that's not entertaining. You just writing children's stories.
I mean, I've got the same with music. I like you too, you know.
Hmm.
And of course, I don't think it's a good thing people starve in Africa and children die.
Yeah,
But if I buy a ticket to a U2 concert, I want to hear songs and not a speech about it. You know,
yeah, yeah,
it's a bad thing. But you know, just play Vertigo or something.
yeah. Like I'm here to get away from all the crazy things happening. I want to listen to music. I don't want to be reminded.
Yeah,
Yeah,
people die of AIDS or starvation. It's not fun.
Yeah,
I'm getting really sick and tired of everything that's supposed to be entertainment now has to have some moral lesson or talk
Hmm.
about current situations. Entertainment should be an escape from reality.
Oh yes, definitely.
Unless you want it to be political, but it's a choice, you know.
Yeah. Like I know a lot of punk bands kind of they by nature are political, so you expect it. But then other bands, you go, well, I'm here for you to take me away for a moment. I want to listen to your music, go to a happier space where we can forget about it.
I mean, if I ever get into Doctor Who, I'm doing it because I'm in the mood for some science fiction, not for.
Yes. Yeah, that's what a lot of fans go. Well, I like Doctor Who because it's like there's sci-fi, there's mystery, there's like monsters. It's not like I don't want to be taught a lesson. I just want to find out how he defeats the monsters.
Yeah.
But yeah, I certainly wouldn't start like the latest series if you ever watch it. It's not as it's bad. It's not bad. It's just it's not the greatest.
Yeah. But do you think they will like learn from it and make something that like caters to Doctor Who fans again?
I don't know. It's because it was originally owned by BBC. Then BBC sold Doctor Who to a another company, and this no, it was a British company still, but it's people that used to work on Doctor Who, and they've kind of bought it from the BBC. Well, at least a part of it, and BBC still owns part of it. But then they sold the like streaming rights to Disney in America. So Disney in America have the sole right to broadcast it on Disney Plus. So it's kind of like there's four major companies involved now. To get involved. Yeah.
Disney pushes their agenda.
Well, they claim that they don't, but you watch it and it's if Disney have not said anything, it's almost like the writers are writing for Disney. Even if Disney have not told them to, it's you can expect it to be alongside other Disney stuff. So yeah, it feels very much a Disney thing now.
Like a modern Disney.
Yeah.
Oh, you're being followed.
Oh, thank you for the follow, Paul Pax. Thank you very much. We're just signing off here, but thank you very much for that follow. And as it's still there, sort of, we do get a lot of bots selling stuff. And Lisa's the only authorized person to sell stuff here. So thanks for the follow. I'm going to be signing off now. Be back on Wednesday
Yes.
to Blender. So thanks for the games. I'll speak to you then.
Good night.
Have a good night.
And before you go, I
Oh.
wanted to say that you really do not have to feel obliged to keep buying my things from Bandcamp because I'm thankful, but what I said with the whole therapeutic
Yeah.
music productions, at some point you're gonna go bankrupt because there's a lot coming.
Oh dear. I buy it because I like it, and you make good stuff.
Hey, you didn't buy my harsh noise, eh?
I don't like it.
Did you try?
Yeah, I tried a little bit of it, but it's not. But yeah, it's not one I'm gonna sit back and listen to.
No, not me either.
No.
I don't like it.
But everything else I like, so I bought it and I can listen to it on Bandcamp whenever I like now.
Yeah.
So
Feel free to not do 5, but just 1. It is going. It's
Yeah.
coming a lot.
yeah, I think as long as I give you 50 cents, it will add it to my streaming list.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, but it's
I'm not,
that's what. But the absolute minimum that Bandcamp will allow you to stream it is for 50 cents. So as long as I pay 50 cents, I can stream it directly from the website anytime I want.
yeah.
So that's why I put money into it.
Yeah,
That's-
I don't know because I'm not much on Bandcamp as a customer. I mostly use it
Mm.
on the other side. So
Yeah.
I don't know about those rules.
But no, I don't. So you type in 0, it goes, well, why not put 50 cents in? You can listen to it anytime. But yeah, at the very least, I put 50 cents in.
I'm basically I don't even care that much about spreading. I like it when people find it, but I'm not a big artist. One of the best things about Bandcamp is that when I export everything as lossless as Flux,
Mm.
it's an easy way to get the album with all the metadata right immediately in MP3 320
Oh,
instead of having to do it song by song.
yeah. Oh, that
I
makes sense.
just put like my raw flags without any metadata into Bandcamp.
Mm.
Tell them what date I made it. I tell them the name of the song, of course. I put album artwork and all the metadata is right for to be used in iTunes, etc.
Nice.
It saves me doing that. But otherwise, I have to convert the flag and write the
Mm.
metadata myself.
Yeah.
If you like the hardcore one with 20 songs, it's becoming a drag.
Yeah. Yeah, I can imagine.
Bandcamp's a fun. But
Yeah. Cool. I shall speak to you folks on Wednesday then.
Yeah.
Okay. Have a good night.
Well,
Bye. Well, thank you for joining in, folks. Yeah, as I said, we'll be back on Wednesday. And I shall see you there. Hope you have a good night, enjoy your week, and see you Wednesday. Good night.